Hey everyone, welcome to Dalliances and Decay, the first podcast by us, GenZ&D. Just want to remind you really quickly before we get rolling to head over to our Patreon where you can support us for the price of a cup of coffee every month. It will give you access to a talkback show, ad-free versions of the episodes, and a whole lot more. We also want to thank the Raven Room, which is our hosting venue. They're attached to Redline VR, which is a fantastic bar. If you are in the city of Chicago, you can head on over there and get your fix for all kind of nerdy stuff, including the biggest D&D meetup group in the city, which meets on Wednesday nights. Now, without further ado, let's hop into the first podcast by us, GenZ&D. Welcome back. We had an interesting end to last episode, and we're going to keep it rolling in this one. I am your DM, Danny, for this lovely episode of Dalliances and Decay, the first campaign by us, the GenZ&D crew. And folks, as always, I'd like you to go around and introduce yourselves and your character. And this time I'd like you to tell me, what is your character's favorite soup?
Hi, my name's Emily Downie, and I play Tronc, the barbarian of the group. I think Tronc's absolute favorite is like a meatball-based soup, because it's fun to like suck the balls up his nose. I'm so sorry I said that sentence.
Did that sound better in your head?
No.
Boba, but it's like soup for you.
Yeah.
You meat boba.
Meat boba. So anyways, yeah, that's Tronc, like a meatball soup.
I'm Jackson Zimmerman. It's cold in here. I'm playing Vic the Druid.
We are in a warehouse. It is a Tuesday morning.
Unspecified location in upstate New York. I think Vic's favorite soup is probably like a nice hearty like stew with like some meat. Honestly, think like a beef burgundy. So like some sort of meat and
Beef
like
burgundy.
potatoes, carrots,
wine in there.
mushrooms. Yeah, some wine in the stock. Yeah,
Good stuff.
it's also my favorite.
God, I wish we had soup right now.
God, I'd kill for some soup right now.
Jack, you want stew for dinner tonight?
Sounds great. My name's Jack Brereton, playing Yako. And I think Yako's favorite soup is just a classic miso. Miso with some mushrooms. Good to go.
I'm Emry Sottile, playing Romir. I think, like, I don't exactly know the ingredients of said favorite soup, but it's like whatever soup he had in his little cave growing up because they have no food stock like they didn't have a ton of food vibes, you know.
That's depressing.
Like
Cave
whatever
soup.
we
That's sad as fuck.
Cave water soup.
cave water soup, but like it just
Drips
So
from
it's
the
just-
stalactites into your...
reminds me of home, you know.
So it's just water seasoned with rocks.
Well, no. Like, I mean, like, I'm sure that, like, somebody had to go out and get food, but it's, like, it's whatever you would have scrambled together in order to support people living in an underground cave.
Yeah.
Soup.
Four-man soup.
Very,
Got it.
very much so a soup that you love out of nostalgia.
Yeah, not out
Not
of
because
taste.
it's actually
Like, it's
good.
horrible. Like, I think if anybody tried it, they would fucking hate it. But he's like, no, this is home.
Yeah.
And everyone's,
That's sad.
Hey, you know what? Amir's got a lot going on. Fuck, it is in fact cold,
you
but I'm
want-
committed to this bit,
I
so
mean, I have
fuck
my
off.
sweater. Do you want the jacket?
No, I'm good.
Alright.
I refuse to take this off. This is my DMing shirt. I wear it every time I DM. I'm such a creature of habit that I'm willing to be cold for it.
we need to make you
We should get you like a
custom
robe or-
sweatshirt
like a fleece
version
line.
of it.
That looks exactly the same.
Yo, I would absolutely wear that if y'all made one. No gizzard, I would do so. That would be fantastic. That being said, at the top of last episode, the folks woke up and began going about their daily routines, pairing off to begin their day, and it started with a nice little cottagecore adventure. Yako and Vic went to a farm to try and find someone to talk to and found it abandoned, except for a cat who was quite plump from eating mice. And they intended to continue their journey onwards and outwards towards farms that hopefully were more inhabited. Then we left them for pretty much the rest of the episode, as Emir and Tronc went to the home and residence of Sir Louis Deville, threw a paper airplane from about point blank at a guard tower to get in,
went
That's how we
and
started.
yeah, that's how it began.
They started out of pocket.
Yeah, they then got inside. Amir, through an architecture tour request, Amir went and asked the butler to introduce him to Sir Louis Deville, which worked. And Tronc faked using the bathroom to go and sneak off and try to find the source of the ticking noise. At which point, Emir had a nice conversation, learned a decent bit about the politics of Leonestra, and also the politics of Koth as they relate to the Outer Wilds. And Tronc kicked down a door in the basement, picked up a cauldron,
In
and
full view of some servants.
yeah, just straight up went, I'm going to get this shit done, and did it. And then survived on the most absolutely ludicrous stealth check of all time to get the cauldron into the office of Sir Louis Deville, where Amir came through huge with an invisibility spell.
Also, can we give it up to Amir for politicking?
Yeah, that
He
was
politicked.
that was very effective politicking. I can't say anything other than you go, Glen Coco. That being said, we're going to come back first to our cottagecore boys, who are in the
Playing
midst.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
They're in the midst of a good old-fashioned wander.
Yeah.
You come out of the farmhouse that you were in. Where are you heading for next?
No barn, right?
There was no barn.
No stables or anything. Okay. I think Vic wants to check out just the pastures real quick, like where the gray splotches are. See if I can get a sense of how. Excuse me. What the fuck? Get a sense of how like the gray grass might have affected this stuff before we like actually go ask somebody and get their opinion.
Sure, give me a nature check.
Nature or survival?
Nature or survival.
Yay!
Never say I'm not lenient,
Math. 21.
but never say I'm too lenient. On a 21, the gray splotches, it seems to be very similar to what May told you it was, May the cat.
Yeah. Faded, not dead.
Faded, not dead. However, another thing about them that you notice is that the patterns to them don't seem to be consistent. It seems like here there's a larger splotch, there's a smaller one. It's almost like if something was coming from the center, it's not like it was consistent. It's almost like it was happening higgledy-piggledy. A little bit here, a little bit there, something, this, that, or the other. The splotches aren't consistent, except that everywhere that they exist, it's faded but not dead.
So it's not a gradient spread. There's some concentration in other areas where there are not in others.
There's larger splotches and smaller splotches, but they don't have like a road pattern to them.
Got it. Interesting.
Are there any remnants of crops that this farmer might have been growing?
No, it looks like everything that would have been grown has been harvested because, well, gotta eat.
Yeah, and these people have been gone for months. Okay, yeah, cat months. All right. I think we may have learned all we can from this particular farm.
Yeah.
I would still love to find one that's still inhabited.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what we can find.
Cool.
Are there any where we can see someone like working outside in the fields?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Both of us?
Mm-hmm.
12.
15. No, yeah. Math. 16.
Cool. On a 12, you can't see anyone, but you can see the direction of where the next farms are. There's kind of like a nice roll to these hills. And you can see over the crest where the next fence begins. On the 16, you can tell that this is the kind of place where most farms don't jut up right next to each other, but they're close. it's kind of like a Scottish situation. There's right to roam, but there are fences. So you could walk further south and continue that direction and probably find a farm with some sort of occupation.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cool.
As we're walking, are there any, typical field creatures that we find?
Yeah, there's some small animals.
Small animals and things like that? Okay. So it seems like wildlife hasn't been fully deserted. So
Yeah.
maybe, do you think it's affecting their food supply?
The animals' food
Yeah.
supply? Well, I imagine a lot of these creatures feed directly on the luminescence.
Oh, true.
So probably not.
Okay.
As for the abundance of small animals, that was a fat cat.
Yeah.
So
Do you think the abundance has anything to tell?
I don't know.
Probably not, yeah.
Probably not.
Very well.
Is his speak with animals still up, or is has too much time passed?
It's a 10-minute duration.
Yeah, it's still up.
Oh, sick. Yeah, I'll try to like bend down and talk to a small critter, like I don't know, like a mouse or a capybara or some shit.
Cool.
Whatever's around.
A capybara.
Hello, friend.
Hello.
Is there anything strange to you about all this gray grass?
Not good feet.
Not good eating. Okay. Does it smell funny at all?
Smells sad.
Smells sad. Fair enough. And does the gray grass like affect any of the other plants at all?
Don't seem so.
Say again.
Don't seem so.
Doesn't seem to. Interesting. Do you think I should ask it anything else? I'm kind of drawing blanks.
I'm just hearing blah, 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 blah.
Oh, right. I asked it about the grass, like
Okay.
if it's affecting the other plants, like if there's anything strange about it.
I don't think so. Not that I can think of. Maybe anything. Ask if someone has eaten the grass and if it's changed how they've maybe a mood or
You ate the
sickness.
grass, right? You tasted it?
Taste the grass.
Did it make you sick at all?
Very sick.
It did. It did make him sick.
Did make him sick.
Yeah.
Any mood changes or
Mood swings or just like physically sick?
Angry for a bit.
Angry for it.
angry for a bit?
And like also it made your body feel bad too? Okay.
Puke.
Vomited. Okay.
Ask how long it made him feel angry.
How long did the anger last?
Until puke.
Until
Until
puke.
you vomited. Okay.
Do you remember what happened? Does he remember what happened when he was angry?
Do you remember what happened while you felt that anger?
What is remember?
What is remember?
This animal has a short-term memory
Yeah.
of about 15 to 20 minutes,
Right.
a long-term memory of a couple of days, and not a whole lot of intermediary.
Remember is what happened before right now.
No.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help. Vic goes around in his pockets and probably has like a carrot or something that he scrounged up and he'll break off half and toss it to the little homie. Bye.
Bye-bye. And just trots off.
So it made him feel physically ill
Uh-huh.
and very angry. And both of those lasted until it vomited.
Okay. Wild idea. But what if they were controlling the food supply so that they could then add whatever this gray grass thing is, so that they could make the people angry and then conquer more land with it. Like a temporary super soldier kind of zombie thing. I'm just saying.
I don't
just saying.
I don't think we can rule very many things out at this point. We don't have a ton of information.
Mm-hmm.
That would be pretty wild.
That'd be pretty wild. I wonder what Shivy would say.
You don't have a way of getting in contact, do you?
No. Besides, I don't want his help yet. I gotta do something for myself first. Well, let's go speak to a farmer then. And maybe they can see if they corroborate the story. You never know.
Cool. Y'all continue across the pasture, and eventually you come to a place where there are very few gray splotches in the grass. You find a farm that is seemingly growing some food. It's in the early days of the growing season, so it's not really near harvest. You can't tell what the crops are yet. But you see someone out front of a farmhouse who appears to be doing some work in a small garden.
I mean, I guess we just walk right up to him.
Yeah, I guess we say hello.
Yeah. Like I wave as we're going up. I'll wave.
Howdy, stranger.
Hello. We're new to the area, and we have some questions about local agriculture, if you don't mind.
Of course, why not?
Uh,
I ain't doing a whole lot right now anyway.
So I noticed this gray grass hasn't quite spread to your land yet. Is that true?
As you mentioned the gray grass, you see his face fall a bit. And he goes, I've been lucky.
Others haven't been so lucky.
Not so.
What happens to crops and pastures when the gray grass gets there?
They just stop growing. When they do, people just pack up and move out.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't a whole lot they can do.
Right.
So it doesn't make any crops rot or anything. It simply ceases them to be able to grow.
They stop growing wherever they was at.
Wherever they was
Sometimes they recede a little bit,
at.
but when they do, they kind of stop being good for eating.
Do you know of many folks that have tried to eat this kind of, I don't know, half-grown, I guess?
I know a couple
Produce?
folk tried just to see if they could survive off it.
Yeah?
Ain't go so good.
In what way? Any specifics? Vomiting? Maybe anger?
A little bit, yeah. They started losing their temper pretty easy. And then memory, too. Memory go, too.
Memory goes, too. Interesting. Huh. Do you happen to know where the source of the grayness is coming from?
Shit, if I did, it wouldn't be happening.
Fair point. Do you think a lot of people feel the same way? As if they knew it wouldn't be happening?
I take it you haven't been to a longhouse, then.
We have.
You think all them people want to live in there?
No.
Well, there's your answer.
Well, thank you very much for your time. What was your name?
Ron.
Very nice to meet you, Ron. My name is Vic.
I'm Yako. Nice to meet you, Ron. And
Good to meet Bodias.
I hope to see you around soon.
Of course.
Well, memory loss seems to be the other part of it. Do you think maybe they're making something and it's like spreading to the land? Like a potion? Or something?
Maybe.
Or maybe they. Or do you think that do you think this grayness is on purpose or like a residual, like an afterthought?
Well, if my suspicion about the nobility of this town is correct, maybe they are destroying crops on purpose in order to keep the people subservient.
I could believe that, yeah.
Or
But for what reason? Just
Control.
because? But it doesn't seem like they were causing problems to begin with.
No.
So why? A part of me thinks maybe it's residual. Maybe, somebody's developing something, making something, and there's a waste part of it, maybe some kind of chemical waste, and they're just throwing it away haphazardly. But wouldn't they notice? And wouldn't they, maybe they don't care? I don't know.
Could definitely be some necromancy bullshit.
Have you had much dealings with that?
No.
Can't say that I either. Well, what do we do? Sounds like we just need to find the source.
Yeah, I think so.
And maybe the cathedral will help us with that answer? We're going to have to play some serious politics, though. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, I don't know how good I'll be at that.
I think I might have to
Honestly.
kind of come into a new element.
Yeah, maybe we all will.
Yeah, we'll see.
Let's
Well,
go back.
what's that? Way over there.
What's what?
At this point, has your invisibility spell? No, you think you got to the place?
I
It
don't
does.
know.
Invisibility lasts for an hour.
Yeah,
So
I'm
Okay.
still invisible.
it would be very funny though.
I can't end it, right? Like,
No.
I think it'd
You,
be.
you cannot end it. However, as you begin heading back towards the place where you came, Tronc, following the tracks of your friends, you see them come over a ridge as you approach a slightly empty farmhouse.
I'm gonna make ghost noises. Ooh,
You hear that?
Yeah.
you're being haunted.
Can I roll perception to see if I recognize that voice?
Yeah, you can roll perception.
So another question about the invisibility. If I let go of the cauldron,
The cauldron becomes visible.
the cauldron becomes visible.
that's
Yeah,
what you're
while
holding.
you're thinking on it, I'm just gonna drop the cauldron. I think I'm sick
What
of carrying it.
Fuck.
Got you guys. It's
Oh,
me. It's Tronc.
Tronc?
Yeah, Amir made me invisible because we stole something.
Insight.
Insight check, please.
Deception, please.
I don't know. 17.
Fuck. Dirty 20.
Fucking, I don't know. Oh, my insight's actually pretty good. 12.
12. It's likely that Amir and Tronc could have stolen something. It's unlikely that Amir could have carried this cauldron or likely participated in this.
So you...
Except the invisibility does seem to be still up.
So you stole a cauldron?
Yeah, so, oh my god.
Wait, you stole a cauldron?
Why?
So we went into the house and got an architecture tour, and
Whoa, wait. Quick perception check just to make sure nobody's like seeing us with the cauldron that is stolen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Fuck, it's a 2. Yeah, it's like a fucking... It's a 4.
Can I roll that?
Yeah, go ahead. On a 4, you can't see anybody near you right now, but what you do see, which is really hard to miss, is the big empty farmhouse with May in it that is relatively close to you.
16.
16, you don't see anybody near you.
Okay.
Okay, let's take the cauldron inside.
Yeah.
okay.
Nobody's
Do
in
that
this
again?
house, so we're
Yeah,
clear.
yeah. So we all push it in together, and then I recount the story. You guys already know what happened. Yeah, so I was down
So
there.
wait.
Fuck.
Why did you...
Guys,
What was-
guys, please. This is definitely something, and I need your help.
Sure.
Okay, we'll
certain.
trust you. We'll trust
Okay.
you.
I'm certain.
I'll trust you.
Okay.
So it's a cauldron.
And I found it in the basement of DeVille's house.
Okay, that's good.
And I detected that it was magic.
Okay.
It definitely is.
Okay.
I don't know what it does, but also I overheard a conversation between DeVille and Amir and can confirm that he is up to no good.
Okay. So that's good. Sounds like... Well, let's see what this cauldron is.
Can I-
Investigation.
Yeah, can I roll like perception or something to see like what's up with like this residue? Like if I can scrape some off.
You can roll either perception or arcana.
I'll roll perception to see if there's anything else besides the residue. Like anything that
Yeah.
may have been missed or anything like that.
My Arcana bonus is -1, so
My Arcana is a +1.
definitely perception.
Okay.
Same roll.
I'll do
16.
both. Can I do one for Arcana and then one for perception or investigation?
I'm gonna let you choose between investigation and arcana.
Okay, I'll choose Arcana. That's a 15.
Cool. On a 16, you scrape up some of this residue. It's kind of slimy. It's crusted a little bit, and it's this kind of nasty brownish gray color.
Can I give it a nature check?
You can, but on a 15 Arcana, you can tell that this was a potion that was intended for something, and you can also tell from the consistency of it, this definitely isn't something that you would ultimately want to drink, which you can go ahead and tell me your nature check and you can roll insight.
Modified 1.
Very nice. You have no fucking clue.
You said what kind of check? Sorry.
Insight.
Insight. That's a 15.
Whatever potion was attempted to be made in this most likely failed, or at the very least was an experiment.
Huh. So this is a potion and it didn't work. The chemicals are kind of all out of whack, and magically it's a little out of whack. I can't. It was not made to be drunk. But other than that, I can't get anything else.
If it wasn't made to be drunk, do you think it was made to be
Sprayed?
put into the ground?
Yeah, or sprayed, put into the ground. I don't know.
I'd like to clarify. The not made to be drunk is...
Meaning that it didn't work.
It didn't
It was
work.
broken. Okay. So maybe actually it was made to be drunk. But it doesn't seem like it's a good thing to drink.
Can I roll insight just to see from like what we've all gathered what might be like the best course of action? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's not the right way to phrase it.
Well-
Like, do I know anyone else that might like be able to
You can
glean some more useful information from this?
you could roll general insight, sure.
Bad. Where the hell's insight? Oh. 14.
Can I? All right. I have an idea.
Okay,
I'm going to try some.
Okay.
go for it.
If I'm mad or forgetful,
Yes.
let me know.
Oh, you're not gonna. Okay. Okay.
I'll like get a pinky sized and like taste it.
Healing spell?
Cool. Make me a charisma save, please.
Charisma save.
Cool. On a 14 insight, as Yako tastes this potion,
Oh, that's good.
you realize that your best course of action is to observe and report on what is happening right now, and if you need to, subdue him.
22.
22 on your
22
charisma
is my
save.
charisma save.
You feel your gut roil as this potion slides down your
Oh
throat.
god. Oh god, this sucks.
It really, truly is nasty. But you feel something. Something not necessarily change, but something in you feels vital. Strangely, you feel almost as if you're more alive. And I'd like you to go ahead and add 3 temporary hit points.
I feel good.
Really?
Like really good.
Really?
Yeah. Like
No nausea.
no I mean it was nasty.
Sure.
But I don't know if that was just because the potion was poorly made. No, I feel good. I feel like I could like run around. And like a lot of energy and just fortified constitution. So okay, I come to 2 conclusions from this. Maybe we've got DeVille all wrong. And he's trying to develop some kind of potion that can restore the agricultural life to the land so that they can grow food again. But based on your tellings of the conversation that DeVille and Amir had, that seems like it's a no-go. So my other theory is that he is pulling life force from the land to then use for his own benefit,
Right.
which
Yeah.
seems more likely.
That seems more in line with the evidence that we've gathered.
Yeah.
Did you tell us about the grass?
The green grass at
Yeah.
his place. Yeah, also.
Yeah.
Yeah, green grass at his place. That's kind of weird.
And it was like really fresh smelling, like almost
I remember that it smelled weird.
like weird in what way?
I forget specifically what.
Okay.
Would you like to roll history for that?
Yeah. Let me recall. That's pretty good. Yeah, 17.
It smelled like a facsimile of how grass should smell.
Right. It's like fake grass.
Not AstroTurf level, though.
Facsimile.
Yeah.
Danny.
Yeah. It's like how someone who's never smelled really good, clean grass would imagine that really good, clean grass smells.
Shit. So maybe the
Okay.
grass is like an illusion and the like rot is coming from him and it's spreading out from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I imagine he's just like pulling from the land.
Yeah.
Because it seems like the grass. I mean, I was originally thinking maybe he was using this to make his grass greener, but like, now I don't think that's. I think that's a fake.
Okay.
Because if it was actually restoring the land, it would smell like good grass and not shitty fake grass that smelled good.
Yeah.
Okay. So still sus.
I mean, I think, again, we just need more info on this. And you guys, Amir went to go talk to OSHA about setting up a meeting with the prince later.
Oh shit. Okay.
So maybe we just prepare for that.
Yeah. Okay. What is do you have any? Okay. Are you coming to this meeting?
I feel like I should probably lay low.
I agree. Maybe hang here in this farmhouse.
Yeah.
There's a cat upstairs.
Do
Seems
you
chill.
think we should keep the cauldron? Or,
Well, how the fuck are we gonna get it back into his house?
well, I'm not saying we put it back.
Okay.
But what if we try and make it seem like maybe I was working for one of the other lords and kind of pit them against each other?
Whoa.
Okay. How would we convince that? How would we do that?
I haven't thought that far yet. Because I don't know the other lords personally.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would be that hard. I feel like DeVille's kind of a dumbass.
I've never met him, but also based on your conversations, it sounds like he's saving face pretty well.
Yeah.
Which makes me think he's not a dumbass.
He seems like a schemer.
And we don't want to be caught in that web.
No. It may be too late.
Yeah, well, what do we do?
Go back to town, I
Go
guess.
back and meet with this prince, see what's up with this tree. We still don't know what's going on with the tree.
Yeah.
And also talk to Amir. Amir
Yeah.
might have some details.
I'm gonna leave the cauldron here for now until
Okay.
we figure out like maybe something we could use it for. But I want to go back and talk to the people in the longhouses while you guys.
It's not a
meet
bad
with
idea.
The prince.
Yeah. Should we hide it in the basement?
Yeah, probably. Just so it's not sitting here when somebody walks in.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
This thing is heavy.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
It's not that heavy.
Vic tries to deadlift it and just.
Noodle arms. Yeah, I guess we'll push it downstairs.
Clang, 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 clang.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here.
Word.
Cool.
That's impressive.
And if I'm using facsimile wrong, feel free to clown me in the comments.
Get in the Get in the car.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go find Amir, yeah?
Cool. Y'all begin to head back towards town, and we're going to cut away from there and talk Amir real quick. Amir, you're heading over to speak with OSHA.
Yeah.
You head over to OSHA's cabin, which is a small, pretty humble abode. It's about 10 feet wide, and it looks maybe 15 feet long. It appears to be constructed not out of the gray wood, but of some other sort of wood. It looks more like the traditional reddish wood of the great trees.
I knock on the door.
Come in.
Hi, OSHA. We spoke yesterday.
Yes, we did. Come on in. Make yourself comfortable.
Thank you. I know we had floated potentially meeting, speaking with the prince in the cathedral yesterday.
Oh, yeah, of course. Would you like me to take part in that or just arrange it?
If you would like to be there, if we arrange it, great. That's more up to you and your comfort levels. The prince will be there, and then I'm also sending word to Lord DeVille.
You say that, and he kind of just.
I know. We know why he wants to be. I know why he wants to be there. We're very suspicious of him.
Well, then you're not as dumb as you seem.
So we're more there to see him interacting with the prince and see what's going on politically. So
Then you're much smarter than you seem.
we are doing him the courtesy of inviting him so that we may observe him in a public setting. So if you would, I know you're not a fan of him, so if you don't want to be there, feel free. But if you could please set that up for sometime this afternoon, it'd be much appreciated.
I think maybe I'll come with you just so that you have some context on people who may be in the room.
That would be delightful, thank you.
And of course, I'll set up the meeting maybe for 4 o'clock. Does that work?
4 o'clock works great.
Perfect. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Not that I can think of. Is there anything that we can do for you? I think we're just trying to get a grasp of the socio-political environment of the town to see if we can assist in any way. It seems that there are some struggles between whether or not to ally with the United Gothic Republic and the Hombu theocracy of the Outer Wilds seems to be tense, and we were trying to see yesterday if there were any folk in the longhouses interested in potentially taking up the clerical ways and assisting you. We
Good
know
luck.
long shot, right? But potentially, if things resolve in some way, shape, or form, we had floated potentially helping try to defend the border so you can train some people at some point. If that is of interest of you, no, hard line actions on that yet, but just the stirrings that we've had going on. But is there anything we can do to help you?
Well, you can keep doing what you're doing if what you're doing is feeding people. And I do maintain a border with the Hanbun theocracy. They are the major ground settlement of the Oishi Plains. And I don't particularly want an alliance with them, and I don't necessarily have anything against the UKR, but I don't plan on converting to Kothi worship, if that is the question being posed.
I think what we heard from Lord DeVille is that the UKR representative is posing exclusive trade alliances with Leonestra and the UKR. They're not forcing any sort of worship conversion. It's just a bringing under of the banner and exclusive trade deals. Whether or not that information is solid is potentially questionable. I know that Lord DeVille wants the alliance on the other side and wants the representative envoy to be eliminated in some way, either leaving or murder, not quite sure which one.
I would be shocked if Lord DeVille thinks that he can murder Azalea and Kurtros.
He had suggested when I invited him to this meeting, was wondering if we could help support his political ambitions, and removal of the envoy seemed to be a subset of that. I don't think it was he is removing this person himself. It's more of if you can...
Unless I sorely misjudge Sir DeVille, I don't believe he has the spine to try and kill someone as powerful as this particular envoy.
Who is this envoy?
Her name is Azalea Kutros. She is one of the advisors to the voices of the citizens in the UKR. She's one of their top diplomats. To mess with her, aside from purely what it's rumored she can do, would be to draw the full attention of the UKR. It would more than likely be a removal as in send her home out of
Send
the
her home,
cathedral.
not cause a war.
That would be my guess.
Great.
After all, it doesn't seem that Sir DeVille has any intention of returning to his former home.
No, he does not. Do you actually know the architect who built his house? I'm very intrigued.
No, I don't.
Damn it, okay. I will ask him at this meeting.
Of course. It seems like a fair question to ask anyone. Well, I should go about getting into the cathedral. If I'm going to have this meeting set by 4, it's near on 10:30 already.
Of course. Thank you so much for your assistance so far. We thoroughly appreciate it.
Of course. And thank you. I do truly want to extend my gratitude for what you did yesterday.
Of course, we're happy to help.
Thank you. And he stands to leave and shows you to the door.
I follow him out.
Cool. He shuts it behind you and begins to head towards the quad. What do you do?
I think I walk about the town to scope if the servants are back inside the manor, if the commotion is still happening outside, or if that has all been resolved.
Okay. You walk by and you see the people outside at this point are mostly people who look like they should be outside.
Okay, so business as usual again.
Yeah, it appears so.
I think because of that, I probably head back to camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you head back to camp, is there anything you do to try and seek out your friends?
I don't think necessarily. I think I know where we were yesterday and like find the little stick hut on the ground vibes, and I'm like, I think Tronc will know where this is eventually, and I just kind of wait, I guess, with myself. I probably like read a book or whatever.
Cool. You plop down next to the stick hut and make yourself comfortable. Our other 3 companions. What are we doing? We just on the road back home?
As we're walking, like, guys, where are they keeping the food? The lords? Like, where are they keeping their food source?
That's a
that they're
very
sharing?
good question.
There has to be some sort of storage facility, maybe in somebody's basement.
Like,
Yeah, maybe the cathedral.
Yeah.
why don't we just find where that is and liberate some food?
I mean, yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, I would just be concerned about the consequences that might have for the townsfolk.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a temporary bandage.
Yeah. Okay.
But I love the idea.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe I can investigate to find where the food is. Like, where are they growing it, if not on the farms?
Well, they are growing some on the farms. There's
Yeah,
some
but I
farms
feel
still
like-
optional.
Is, like, that farmer, is he growing for the lords?
It's possible.
You know what I mean?
What's up?
We didn't ask.
No, we should have. But maybe, I mean, I imagine some is from the farms. I imagine maybe some is from trade. I mean, they do have sharp borders here, but I can't imagine they don't do any trading with anybody.
Yeah.
Maybe nearby towns. I think that's something to ask at the meeting today.
Mhm.
But
It
I don't
seems
know.
it seems like it would be difficult to be fully isolationist in the outer wilds if you're not self-sufficient. in terms of
Precisely.
food.
And I think at a point they were. And so maybe they're developing new trades as we speak.
Right.
I don't know. I think maybe we should meet up with Amir, see what's going on, and prepare for this meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we probably just head back to the longhouses.
Cool. You all head back towards where your camp is, and you see Amir sitting on the ground reading a book. And that is where we are going to take a brief break. Hey y'all, quick break in the action to tell you about our lovely hosting venue, Redline VR. Aside from the beautiful VR booths and fully functional bar with magnificent custom cocktails that they have back here, they also host daily events such as Magic Mondays, sketch comedy on Tuesdays,
a massive D&D meetup group. It's the largest in the city of Chicago on Wednesdays, and so much more. Definitely come check it out, and we're so happy to be affiliated with them.
The tip of the tongue. The tip of the tongue. The tip of the lips.
Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. I cried.
Unique New York.
Unique New
Irish
York.
wristwatch.
And on that lovely note,
Yellow.
welcome back.
Yellow leather.
Where we left ourselves off, the group had just reconvened at camp at the edge of the clearing in Leonestra, with plans to attend a meeting of the minds in the cathedral. What do you all do?
Wait, so we're behind the longhouses right now?
I thought we were at
Yep.
camp.
Yeah.
Yep, you're at
that's
camp.
That's kind of
Okay,
weird.
so-
We camped out.
Yeah, that's fair.
We just posted up behind one of the lines.
Do you think it's been less than an hour, right? Since I was initially invisible?
You're still invisible.
Okay, guys,
Yeah?
is there anything I should try and do while I'm still invisible to take advantage of?
You
Do we
did
know
that.
how much time there is?
I'm gonna
That's
say.
what I was gonna
I'm gonna
say.
say you got like 15 minutes.
Okay,
Okay.
anything?
I mean, again, we don't want to be barking up the wrong trees.
Yeah, but just like spying, I promise.
Spying.
I'm done for today.
Stealing, breaking and entering.
Yeah. We were invited in. To be fair.
Well, you literally broke a door and entered into a room.
That was barred. It was barred.
That's like literally breaking
What?
and entering.
Only in a technical sense.
Okay, so there's no one I should spy on.
I don't think so.
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. I think, again, we just gotta go to this meeting.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, so we know you told us a little bit about this diplomat from Koth, yeah? Do you know any more information about that?
Yes.
Okay.
What I've gathered politically happening here is that there are multiple sides as to who and what Leonestra should be allying with. Serdeville was interested in having us unite with on both theocracy, which is the western border of Leonestra. They are an Outer Wilds contingent that Lord Deville wants to ally with. However, there is an ambassador, Azalea Kutros, from the United Coffee Republic here, currently, and I heard she is very, very, very powerful. She is the
Magically or politically?
she is the advisor to the voices of the citizens and one of the top diplomats of the United Coffee Republic.
Okay,
So
Politically.
I
politically. Probably
Lord
both,
Deville
actually.
kind of wanted me to remove her, but I get the sense that if it was in a murder way, it might start a full war.
So I don't think you want
So
that.
yeah, apparently, according to him, the UKR is trying to not convert the people here over to coffee worship, like they can keep the Tonji. However, they want exclusive trade deals with Leonestra. So Leonestra cannot be trading with their Western ally, the Theocracy, and can only be trading with Koth. Like they're coming under Koth's ban and not the worship, but essentially part of the Republic.
Can I do a history check on Azalea and the voices of the citizens? What those mean? Let's do that first.
Cool. Roll it.
History check.
History.
Can I roll history about the theocracy?
Yep.
17.
17.
Yeah.
The Voices of the Citizens is the council of 5 essentially political leaders that make up essentially the small council, if you will, of the United Coffee Republic. They are the decision makers for official Republic policy and what happens and what political shots are called. You don't know Azalean Kutros by name, but you do know if she is related to the Voices of the Citizens, she's probably got her hands on a bunch of strings.
Yeah. And why I'd like to do an insight check, but I'd also pose it to the group. Why do we think that the UKR wants exclusive trade rights? And why not just a portion? They want exclusive. Means there's something here,
Yeah,
probably that they
there's-
want.
There's got to be some sort of valuable resource.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I make some kind of check on that? But also, yeah, open it up to the group.
Would we know what Cawthstone is?
Not really.
Well, we definitely know what Cawthstone is.
You wouldn't really.
There was that lake full of it
Oh, fucking
Yeah,
hell.
true.
in the forest, so
That's
like
You
we
wouldn't really-
explicitly do.
You wouldn't really understand its like greater significance,
Yeah,
and you also haven't seen any here though.
Can I roll? Okay, so I'm basically trying to insight my knowledge on the Coffee Republic to see what they want exclusively from this land based on what I've seen so far.
Sure.
What check would that be? History, insight,
Either one.
insight.
And Vic, what did you roll
16.
on?
History check about the Honda theocracy. That sounds like a nat 20.
Yes!
All right. Well, we'll start with the history check on the Hanbun theocracy because it plays into this nat 20.
Hanbun, Hanbun.
Yep.
Okay.
The Hanbun theocracy is the largest group with control in the Yohishi Plains, which is the very large pastoral area west of Leonestra. It is large enough that if you go west of the Yohishi Plains, you hit a city-state called Gejian, which is fully independent. Like, people don't mess with it. They have significant walls from the ground to the low branch line and siege artillery from eras gone by to protect above it. Like, you don't mess with Gejian, but that also is explicitly known to be southwest of Koth. The Yohishi Plains is large enough that it spans from Gejian to Leonestra. That's a huge amount of space. The Hanbun theocracy is the largest controlling force in that part of the world. On a natural 20, the reason why they would want exclusive trade rights is because they're trying to get a foothold in the Outer Wilds. If the UKR really wants to expand its sphere of influence and have political control over the South, it can't just be in the Inner Wilds. But if you're going to expand into the South, if you're going to expand into the Outer Wilds, you'd have to do it through one of the nearest outlying territories. You're not getting into Gejian the way that they would ideally want to. They are perfectly happy as a protectionist, independent, essentially country that wants nothing to do with anyone else, and no one is dumb enough to go marching in. The Yohishi Plains is massive. It's also in a relative level of political turmoil that makes Leonestra look stable. There is conflict actively brewing in the Yohishi Plains, and even though it is prime territory that you would want to be in, the UKR would have to contribute, or rather designate resources that it currently uses to defend against the Scorch-Rot to even establish a military presence in the Yohishi Plains. That makes Leonestra the other option, and if they can get a foothold in Leonestra, at that point, Leonestra diplomacy into the Hanbun theocracy or into the Yohishi Plains means you're expanding the UKR's sphere of influence. Leonestra is a stepping stone.
Yeah.
More importantly, it is the most important because it is the most realistic first stepping stone.
So it's not based on any specific good that they have. It's simply about having some kind of relationship, establishing it so that they don't kind of go and join whatever conflict is fighting in the
It's that Leonestra's political situation is one where if they were to join the Hanbun theocracy, by will or otherwise, the Hanbun theocracy becomes large enough that it could in theory challenge the UKR. And with control over the Yohishi Plains and Leonestra, at that point, they're looking pretty dangerous, and they could be, in fact, looking at, like, ground warfare. They don't want that. They'd rather have Leonestra as a outpost of operations in the Outer Wilds. Which is why they have one of their top diplomats here negotiating.
So, if this could carry over, would Leonestra would there be any positive reason for Leonestra to join the conflict in the Elysian Plains?
I'm gonna need a separate check for that.
History? Or insight? What do you want?
Insight, because that last check was history, right?
That last check was insight.
The last check was insight?
No.
Yeah, I guess insight again.
A 9. Oh, wait, sorry.
13. You would have to get the lay of the political landscape here a bit more fully.
So go to the meeting.
Go to the meeting.
Go to the meeting.
Got it.
Let's go to the meeting.
All right. Well, I feel like we should come to a united front, though, and try to maybe just be all on the same page of, like, what we're trying to accomplish. Or maybe just be flies on the wall. Are we trying to be flies on the wall, or are we trying to make some moves?
Well, I mean, the whole premise of this meeting is for us to be able to speak to the prince, right?
Yeah, and just to say hello, save face. Also to look at the cathedral, to, like... Are we going under the idea of, like, oh, it's beautifully architecturally? Or is that a bad idea?
That was me before we're at the house.
Uh-huh.
I'm fine to continue playing up an interest in architecture. I don't know if we all necessarily need to. I mean, you are interested in the tree.
That's the big thing, but I feel like we can't go in there with an interest in the tree because
What if you
it's
guys
clearly...
try and align with the prince to see if he shares some information with you, thinking that you're allies?
That was a thought, certainly. But I feel like, what's the reason that we're calling this meeting? Because we are calling it.
Yeah.
Like
Just
I
to
said,
say
like
hello?
If you're offering aid.
I don't know if they're going to take it because they seem to rather enjoy being independent.
But that's at least realistic for why you would actually want to meet with him. And in the background, someone can speak with this UKR representative, and you can look at the tree and see what happened there.
I guess, yeah, it's calling for aid, specifically also on the name of OSHA, could be helpful because we have helped OSHA in the past and we know what his deeds are. So just lining the load for a bit on OSHA, because I feel like we also can't really come at the angle of, like, oh, we're feeding the feeding the townspeople because they think that's covered.
I think our angle might be, oh, we want to lighten OSHA's load for a little bit because we recognize that he's spread very thin.
Yeah.
But they don't like OSHA.
Who, the nobles?
Yeah.
How do you know?
I mean, I think OSHA said as much.
I think OSHA doesn't like them, but that doesn't mean that they don't like OSHA.
I feel like he said that they don't like him.
But OSHA protects them. OSHA's the reason they didn't die yesterday from a freaking massive centipede.
Technically, we're the reason.
Well, yes, but you get my meaning.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like you should offer directly to the lords.
For protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To just offer your services generically.
Maybe. Now, this could be dope. We could try to offer our services, and then maybe someone gets placed as a bodyguard within one of the manor houses, and we could do a little checking out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad idea. But we'd have to get presented that option. I don't think we could present that ourselves.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so sounds like we're then going on the presence of we wanted to meet you and offer our services if they are needed in the protection of Leonestra.
To them or OSHA, I guess.
Yes. Now, my last political thing I'll ask is that should I mention I'm from the UKR or not?
I think maybe specifically to the UKR representative.
Certainly to the UKR representative.
But maybe not to the whole group. I don't know.
So, yeah. Because also, I don't know. Do you think that would be bad? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Do y'all think there would be a disadvantage to me mentioning that directly I'm representing the UKR of the village of, like, from the village of Rossi under the banner of the UKR?
So we currently don't know where the other three lords stand on UKR versus the other one.
So it could
We
be.
also don't
Do
know where
know
the
that
prince...
Lord Deville is explicitly anti-UKR.
Yeah.
Right.
He will be in attendance.
That is true.
Yeah. We also
So-
don't know where the prince stands.
I think maybe he's in the middle of something. It sounds like he's in the middle of a debate between possibly Deville and other nobles and the representative of the UKR.
Well, also, he's a kid, right?
Yeah, he's like
So,
15.
we need to manipulate the
16.
fuck out of him.
Holy shit, I forgot he's a child.
He's literally a child.
Oh my god.
Has anybody got
yeah.
any good jokes?
I mean, he's
Oh, kids love swords, right?
kids love it when people get
Sometimes,
hurt.
yeah.
He's also 15.
What kids are you hanging out
No,
with?
like, you know, like America's Funniest Home Videos. Like,
What's
you see a
America?
guy. Okay, you're telling me
What a far
someone
distant
falls
land.
down the stairs and that's not funny at all to you, Vic? And then I push him.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that.
That-
Everyone just
I'm
laughed.
sorry, that was funny.
That's what I thought.
Tronc got you there, man.
I'm sorry. I get back up.
Well, maybe we'll have to do some hoop jumping. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
Maybe
don't
Tronc
know.
will challenge you to a sword fight or something.
Yeah, but like, should I actually come?
How to use a sword.
I mean, if there's gonna be consequences for
Okay.
the cauldron stealing, there'll be consequences.
DeVille
no matter
doesn't
what.
know you, but servants know you. Now, what are the chances?
Servants and the butler.
Servants and the butler. Do you think the butler's probably going to be there?
But
There's no way he's unattended.
if there's anything valuable to know about the cauldron, he probably won't want to reveal that in front of this group of people.
Oh, certainly.
Right? So,
Yeah.
like, I can probably go and it'll be fine.
I would also.
But what if
imagine
the
that
butler recognizes you?
I'm saying I don't think it matters.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
They're
You
gonna play
broke.
that DeVille would play his cards close to his chest. They
Yeah,
don't want to reveal
exactly.
he's up to sketchy shit in
But
front of
then
Prince.
that I understand. But we are also then associated with you, so that
Yeah,
puts a target on
that's
everyone's
my
back
thing.
and not just yours.
Well, everyone already knows that we're associated.
Do they?
Do you not want to be
doesn't.
associated with me?
It's not that I
Is
don't
that
want
what
to.
you're saying?
Tronc. It's not that I don't want to be associated with you. It's that we need to think of the best interests of the group.
I just... they already know that we're... They at
DeVille
least
doesn't.
know that me and Emry are so...
Who?
That is fair. That is fair.
Can
knew
we
it was
make a
gonna happen at
tally
some
for
point.
every time
Honestly,
you
I'm
do it?
shocked that that's the first time.
Yeah, that was the first time. Not bad.
That is fair because the guardsman walked both of you in,
Yes.
and
But-
the servants saw you break the door down.
But DeVille never saw the two of you in the same room.
That is
right?
correct.
Yeah, but
But
I
the butler
mean-
saw you two together.
everyone
butler knows.
else
Would
knows.
he bring his butler though? I
Yes.
feel like-
There's no way he's going to
Are you
show up
sh-
unattended.
So maybe he brings like a different sort of bodyguard or something. But are you sure he
Yeah, but a
wouldn't leave his
butler-
butler to attend to the house?
That's a fair point.
I don't know if it matters if the butlers... Listen, if
Why are
you
we
guys
talking
really
about
think
the
it's for the best that I don't go, that's fine because I do want to talk to maybe try and scrounge up some food for the people in the longhouses again.
It's not a bad idea.
Oh yeah, that
Um,
is a good idea.
So I can just work on like gaining the favor of the normal people
Yeah.
Okay.
while you guys take
Work
care
on your
of,
zine collection.
yeah,
Yeah.
of
That
the
probably
politics.
is a good idea.
So, okay.
Does that
So I
sound?
won't go.
Is that okay with you?
Mhm.
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
yeah, that's fine.
It's not that I don't trust you, Tronc.
It's fine. I get it. You know, I stole something and now I need to deal with the consequences. You know.
You are very recognizable.
Yeah, I don't
What are
think.
you talking about?
Have you ever seen another Loxodon besides the herd?
Is there any reflective surfaces nearby? Are there any reflective surfaces nearby?
It's got to be a puddle.
Craft something.
A little.
Oh no,
Somewhat.
it's just no. If it's not there, it's not there.
I think
No. You don't have to
we
make
could like
anything.
bend a drink.
No. I was just like imagining that like there was like this shiny teapot on the ground and I like look at it and then I sigh.
I mean,
Like
I mean, you do have your packs and such. with
No,
you.
it's fine.
Alas.
Okay, cool. So we have some time to kill before the meeting. Does anyone want to like
True.
accomplish something before, or are we just chilling?
It's not a bad idea, I
What time
guess.
is it roughly?
Yeah. Does the meeting gonna start
I
soon?
think it's at 4.
It's about 11.
It's about 11.
Oh,
Okay, so
also,
we
I'm gonna
we got
grab
time.
some of the grass.
Good idea.
Yeah.
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 Guys, take some grass,
Great stuff.
just in case.
I just grab it out of the
Yeah,
ground. It's right
I'll-
here.
Yeah.
Maybe
Grab
we
it.
should like
Clump.
powder, and we got some vials, so we could like make this into
I
a
feel
powder.
like you definitely have some
Fucking
vials.
Pulls out 4 empty glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's vial
I'll take
it
like
up.
I'll take like 2 rocks and like just grind it up, and then just like kind of like powder it into the vials.
Sick.
And then I don't know. We each get a vial of powdered
Don't
poison grass.
Grass
Grass.
poison.
It's not a bad idea.
Sick.
I'm gonna write it down.
Okay, this is going. The smokable stuff is on this side. This is going on the other side.
Don't mix them up.
Yeah, don't mix them up.
That would be bad.
That would be very bad, man.
You're
That's
like
nice.
eating dinner at this meeting, and they're like, "Why are we all so stoned?" Thick.
Grass poison gravity bong.
Yes.
Sweet.
Cool.
All
What
right, I
if
think
this
we're
shit
just
is
chilling
just?
then.
What if this shit is just like salvia?
Oh god.
Oh God.
Okay.
Oh no.
Everyone can go ahead and mark a short rest then.
Well,
I don't think I get anything.
Yeah,
from
me
that,
neither.
but I'll do it.
I think I get some stuff back. I don't remember though. We didn't do much.
I think you get back magic awareness, and I think you get back a wild shape.
There you
I
go.
I didn't use it, but yeah.
I only get them back after a long rest.
Wild shape does restore on a
All
short rest.
right.
Nice. But I don't know
Alright.
if you used one
I
today.
didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't summon Abernathy?
No, not today. I don't think so.
Old Abby.
Do we go
Either
to
way.
Osha's house then after our short rest?
I guess.
I mean, or we
Although-
just go to the cathedral for the meeting at 4. I think he was busy organising it.
Oh, true, fair point. So we just walk in, or do we walk with him? I don't know how these things
We
work.
probably just show up at 4.
Okay, we'll show up at the 4.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys should be 5 minutes early.
It's not a bad idea. Good show of
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
I think we'll wait
promise.
outside the door.
Yeah.
Hi guys. Okay.
What would I
Good
say?
luck,
Anything I would-
y'all.
Good luck, Tronc.
Thank you.
I wish you luck
believe
with
in
your
you guys.
with your zine endeavors. I'm
Thank
sure.
you.
I mean, the last one was good, so I'm sure this will be even better.
Appreciate that.
You said there are like great trees like outside of the town, right?
Mhm.
I want to talk to one.
Nice.
Cool.
I
All
will
right.
go find one and cast Speak with Plants.
Cool. What would you like to say? What would you like to ask?
Hello, tree.
Yellow.
He sounds like a nerd.
I know that there used to be another of your kind standing in the middle of the town of Leonestra.
Still is.
They cut it down. But
Nope. Spire's real tall for a reason.
The spire of the cathedral.
Yes, indeed.
Oh. Interesting. I was led to believe it had been cut down.
Carved.
Carved. Okay. Do you know why there's no low branch line over the town?
Because they carved the tree, and frankly, while it may not have been cut down, significantly altered, significantly harmed. The cathedral's built out of the rest of the tree.
Do you know what's up with the gray grass?
Unfortunately, seems kind of bad.
Yeah, it does.
It's been showing up in multiple places from 2 different sources.
2 different sources. Do you know what the sources are?
One from the center of the town, the other from the Gloomwood Marsh.
Gloomwood Marsh. And which way is that?
South.
Wonderful. Let me write that shit down real quick.
I'll write it down later. I'm editing sound. I'll listen to it.
Let's see what else. You don't know anything about the people of this place, do you?
Only what I've observed.
And what's that?
They are restless.
Restless how?
Underfed.
Yeah, I got that idea. You wouldn't happen to know if any of the people who live in the big manor houses are stockpiling food somewhere, would you?
I can't see into the manor houses.
Yeah. Were any of the other great trees affected by the carving of the one in town?
Aside from the pain we all felt, not really.
You all connected somehow.
Of course. We're all physical manifestations of Kanagara.
Oh, yes. This world never ceases to amaze me. think that's all the questions I have for now. Thank you very much.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Okay. 2 sources of the gray stuff.
Center
good to
of
know.
town.
And Gloomwood Marsh is different from Greywood Marsh.
Sorry, Greywood Marsh. I
Okay.
misspoke.
Greywood Marsh. Cool.
Greywood Marsh.
Greywood.
And he said the center of town?
Yeah.
He, it, they, whatever.
Tree.
Great.
Cool. Vic does his little speak with plants. And then are we going to head for the meeting?
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's do it.
And as that happens, Tronc, you're going to head over to the longhouses. You want to do that first?
Yeah, sure. I guess I'll go look for Gia real quick.
Cool. She's not
Sure.
hard to find. She's out front.
Okay. Hey, Gia, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good. Do you hear like anything about maybe some like zines being passed around?
Oh, is that what those are called?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, they're very interesting,
Really?
informative.
Were people like talking about them?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to talk about in the longhouse, so, every bit of gossip gets shared. But
Did you hear anything about like the quality of the artwork?
honestly, yeah, it was kind of compelling.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I just want to see how everyone's doing today. I was thinking about maybe like putting together another stew.
Oh, well, I mean, if you'd like to cook again, we'd always be welcome to have you.
Cool. Do you want to like go hunt for some meat with me?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Like a date?
I mean, go ahead and roll persuasion for me.
16.
Gia goes, I am somewhat spoken for, but I'd love
Oh,
to come
really?
hunt with you. Yeah.
By who?
Well, I haven't really stopped grieving my husband.
Oh, wow. When did he pass?
About a year ago.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Do you do you want to go hunting as friends?
I'd love to go hunting as friends. Try.
Okay, that sounds great. And I guess we'll just go catch a cappy hair or something and then start get working on a stew for some extra people.
Cool. As you're doing that in there, do you want to talk to people at all about the zines?
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
I'll just ask if anyone has like any questions.
So one of the particularly grouchy looking people from earlier goes, wait, so what's all this about,
This fucking guy.
fucking, what is this shit? This zine?
Well, I just thought you guys should all know that, like, if maybe we started, like, worshiping Leonestra, we might be able to, like, bring some more food into...
You mean
Into
tell
the
me
area.
that worshipping the Tanji can help us grow food?
That's exactly what the zine said. Did you read it?
Oh, yeah, of course I read the zine.
Okay, yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
But how do we know we can trust it?
Well, what's the harm in trying, buddy boy?
Well,
I don't know why he's pissing me off so much.
because you are quick to anger. He goes, I mean, I can't really say there's any downside to trying it. Just the OSHA fella, he really prioritizes
I mean,
defenses and such.
I get it. OSHA's like, what if we all get together once we get this soup and everyone who's willing, we put a prayer together for Leonestra and see if just like we can make anything happen, Like a little group, like little seance moment.
Gia's like, well, I don't really like the idea of a seance because I don't think Leonestra is dead, but I do like the idea of a little group prayer. I think that would be very nice.
Okay, cool. So I'll start spreading the word about that and try and get as many people who seem interested to come.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
Cool. I want you to go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Cool.
Spreading the word.
Is Gia gonna help me?
She is.
Advantage?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. What'd you get?
I rolled a 2 and a 7.
Damn.
Triple advantage since I have soup. Yeah, no, that's just a 7.
Tough.
7?
Yeah.
Cool. Gia kind of like tries to get the word out there, but people are pretty reluctant to,
Right.
engage with the Tanji. You do get a couple people, but
Okay, a couple
not
people.
you don't really marshal the forces.
I guess we do the prayer anyways.
Cool. Go ahead and make me a religion check.
11.
Cool. On an 11, you feel the luminescence around you not begin to swirl, but you can feel the concentration of it begin to grow a little bit as you gather a group of people together and feel them worship. It's not a ton of people. You don't have a minyan, but you do have
What?
10 people for prayer. It's a Jewish thing.
Oh, gotcha.
But you do have enough people that there is like some noticeable result outside, and the people who were there kind of piques their interest of like, okay, maybe
Okay.
something.
All right. I'll take it as progress.
Progress indeed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna head to the meeting now. All of you arrived 5 minutes early.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, on time is late.
Yep.
You get there, and there are a couple of guards stationed outside the cathedral. If anyone who wants to can go ahead and roll me a perception check on the cathedral itself.
Can I make a perception check on the guards? 'Cause it seems like this is the first kind of notice of any kind of military presence that we've seen.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
No.
Damn it.
11.
Hot 7.
Yeah, hot 7 as well.
Cool. On your 7, it's a real tall building. On your 7, there are guards wearing some armor. They don't all have like great helms or whatever, but they're all carrying like what look like spears. And there are 2 of them stationed directly out front. You're not sure how many else there are.
Okay, cool.
On your 11, now that you look more closely, you remember what the tree said to you, and most of this cathedral is red. It is like a red wood, meaning that it would be totally reasonable that parts of the great tree were carved to make the cathedral.
I probably would have relayed all that information that I got from the tree like before we got here.
Okay.
Cool.
Could I assume then that Osha's home is made of the same wood as the cathedral?
Yeah.
Okay.
As you all, as it reaches 4 o'clock, you see the doors swing open, and a herald walks out and says, "Thank you for coming today. It is wonderful to see each and every one of you. I assume you are here for the meeting that has been called with the prince."
Yes.
"Wonderful. Please come on in."
We follow.
And he turns on his heel and begins to walk inside. Once you're inside the cathedral, what you see is a massive vaulted ceiling. And now you understand what the tree meant by it's not cut down, it's carved. The tree itself is essentially a pole through the center of the cathedral all the way to the top, with the roots itself kind of embedding themselves in the ground where the great banquet hall kind of begins. There's very long tables, also of that red wood, that look like this place could probably hold 300 to 400 people. Then the throne at the center of the room, actually, let's have everyone make perception checks.
19.
25.
Dang.
There we go.
11.
On an 11, you see you're looking for the guards. There's
Yeah.
more guards in here.
Okay, cool.
How
many?
There look to be about 10 on each large wall of the banquet hall.
Cool.
All of them appear to be armed with spears. On an 11 as well, you see that there's a second level to the cathedral, kind of like balconies where, people could be like watching, etc.
Do I see Do I see that all of these guards are in service to the prince? As in they all wear the crest of the prince?
They do all wear a crest with a lion on it.
Got it. And okay, cool.
On a 19, you see a couple of things. First of all, the throne in the center of the room has a smaller throne offset to its right.
Mm-hmm.
And in the throne to its right sits what appears to be a young boy. He's wearing a crown and a fur cape and he's holding a ceremonial-looking scepter, and he appears to be waiting for all of you. And to his right is what appears to be an advisor, a person wearing a gray cloak, the hood down, with long, greasy black hair, and a bit of a sharp nose, kind of a flat jawline, little beady eyes. On a 25, the throne is carved into the tree. The throne, which is empty.
Big one.
The big one. It is carved right into the heart of the tree itself. And aside from that, you notice the people who are already kind of in attendance. There's like a table that sits in front of the throne room, which you would guess during a banquet the king would be sitting at, but right now is holding audience. And there are multiple people here. It appears not just Sir DeVille. It appears that you've also, by calling a meeting with the king, gotten on the radar of the other nobles.
Oh, fun.
So you see Sir DeVille sitting at the far left, but there are 3 more nobles to his right.
Including or not including the advisor?
The advisor is sitting next to the prince, facing all of them. Currently, all the nobles have their backs to you.
Mm-hmm.
As you walk in, the herald stops you about 10 feet away from the table and says, "Introducing the protectors of Leonestra." And the nobles all kind of turn around and get a good look at you, kind of look you up and down, get the lay of the land. And then Sir DeVille stands and says, "Ah, my friend. Lovely to see you again.
Nice to see you as well.
And may I present you to His Royal Highness, the Prince Geodia."
Amir has a low bow of, I think the word is deference, but I'm not sure. Deference, that's the word. To the prince.
Lovely.
Is that what we're supposed to do? I've never met a prince before.
I'll do the same.
It's very stiff, like.
Mm-hmm.
You may rise.
Thank you, Your Grace.
Thank you, Your Grace.
Yes.
Please, be seated with the nobility. Lords, if you don't mind if I introduce you, this is Sir DeVille, as you have already gleaned, and seated next to him, Lords Hushire, Bloomingford, and Perdonet. And Perdonet is the closest one to you on the far right of this group. He's the only one that you can really get eyes on without doing a perception check. And he's got a really square jawline and a beard that covers the entire way through. He's bald and he is heavy set. Big fucking boy. And he's looking at all of you very intently.
Can I roll insight?
That was Perdonet, you said?
Perdonet. You can go ahead and roll insight, sure.
Could I...
Specifically against Lord Sir Perdonet.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you staring at me, bro? 17.
I would specifically like to look at all of the advisors and try to find any sort of regalia, symbols, anything to suggest allegiance to anything, whether it be the UKR or Leonestra or maybe even the Oishi plains.
Sure. Go ahead, roll perception. Mir, anything you want to do?
Who's the other guy? The advisor next to the prince.
Or do you want to ask that?
I would like to ask. I will ask.
My advisor, Sir Gary of the Greywood.
In honor, sir.
He bows to you a little bit.
God damn it.
Does that name mean something? Sir Gary the Greywood?
Well, it's the marsh.
Greywood Marsh.
Yeah, okay.
You rolled insight, right?
Yeah, I got a 9.
Cool. In that case, what you do learn about Sir Gary is you remember a short while ago you were informed that he became an advisor recently under the pretense that he's from an area of Leonestra that is generally underrepresented, and his role is to bring the plight of the common people to the prince's
Okay.
prince's purview. Vic, what'd you roll?
17.
on Perdonet.
Yeah.
He's trying to size you up right now to see whether or not you are potential allies. He knows you came on the summons, essentially, of Osha and DeVille. And whatever he may or may not feel about DeVille, he's clearly using it to view you right now. Geodia says, well, it's lovely having you all here. Please bring in the others. Osha and our visitor from the UKR, Miss Koutros. It would be lovely to have everyone in here together. Yeah. Gary, should we? Yes, my lord. Please. And he motions towards a side, and a door opens the side of the cathedral, and in walks Osha and a woman who you have never seen before. She has electric blue hair, ivory white skin, and she is wearing a long cloak that flows all the way down to her ankles. That cloak is the clay red of the UKR, and it's held together by a brooch at the top. You can glean that this is Azalea and Koutros.
Yeah, she sounds cool.
Bad. Yeah, as they approach, Osha says, thank you for having us, my liege. It was a pleasure and an honor to bring these protectors to our table today. They requested an audience with you after, frankly, saving our province. My border defenses would have probably held, but we would have more than likely lost the lives of the refugees from Tarmalon. We owe them a great deal, and we're eternally grateful to them. The prince says, oh, well, thank you. It's good to know. You wanted to see me today. About what?
Would I say, my lord in this instance? Like,
Your Grace.
Yako would know your liege. Yako would know.
My liege,
My
your
liege.
grace.
Okay.
Liege, Grace, Highness,
Okay.
Majesty.
Your Majesty, I greatly appreciate you meeting us and my fellow companions. I am Yako Carthy of the village of Rossi, and we simply wanted to extend our services to the village to see if there's anything that we can help. We noticed that upon our initial meeting with OSHA that OSHA is spread a bit thin on the border defenses, and we would love to be of assistance in any way that you or your lords see fit to help this place prosper.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check, and the other two of you roll me insight.
Oh, it's pretty good. Persuasion. Okay, that's a 22.
16.
23.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
We're doing good.
All right. On this 16 insight check, I'm going to say that you see the lords at the table who are looking your direction, kind of sizing up and seeing Yako has put forward a pretty compelling and non-threatening first barrage. They seem interested by what you have to say, and none of them look particularly off-put. On a 23 insight, one person does react almost imperceptibly to something that Yako says, and that is Azalea and Koutros. When he says coffee and the village of Rossi, she clocks very quickly who Yako is, but she doesn't give it away. The only reason you catch it is a singular raise of the eyebrow.
I think
Quickly goes away.
Yako also, after saying that statement, would look directly at Azalea and give them a deep nod.
Azalea returns your nod. On a 22 persuasion, Prince Geodia says, oh, well, it's an honor to have such fine people in our midst. And I'm more than happy to say, well, Osha is very, very good at what he does, and as are we. And as such, we're able to ensure a good level of prosperity for our civilians. And I think the only thing that we could use right now, and he kind of looks up at Gary, and you see this expression just kind of stare down at him, a little nod. He says, I think we could raise morale. I think people need to remember that things are so good here and that it can only get better. And having protectors here, well, surely it must, because that means that OSHA won't be spread as thin, as you said. So, my lords, let's try to raise some morale. How about that? And you see the two lords seated in the middle say, one of them says, "My liege, if I may speak." And the prince says, "Yeah, of course, go ahead, Lord Bloomingford." And Lord Bloomingford says, "My liege, I think it would be prudent to use this opportunity to further our talks with the United Coffee Republic. If I'm not mistaken, the travelers here are from the village of Rossi, which is an inner wilds town and thus part of the UKR. We've been talking with Miss Koutros for a while about possibly building trade relations. To say that we have protectors from the UKR here in Leonestra, who we're very grateful for, would be really good precedent to, say, negotiate a trade deal." And the prince says, "Oh, well, yeah, that makes..." For a hand is put on his shoulder, and he looks up and says, "Makes some sense, but let's think about it a bit more." The lord to Bloomingford's right says, "My liege, I would highly, highly recommend that we have that conversation now, in the presence of our protectors. Maybe they would want to hear what we have to say." All three of you can go ahead and roll insight.
14.
Natural 20.
Woo! We love that. That's a 19.
19. Cool. 19,
14.
14, natural 20. Cool. On a 14, Lord Pertinet, who is sitting next to you, is kind of like settled back into his chair, and you catch a brief eye roll
Here we fucking go.
at what the two lords next to him are saying. And you can get from that almost immediately, he's anti-UKR. He does not want an alliance. For what reason, you're not sure. Pertinet.
Perdonet.
On a 19 insight over there, correct?
Yeah, 19.
You glean that Azalian Koutros is here actively negotiating the trade deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these are conversations that are ongoing. These people have clearly met before, and this is not their first conversation.
Mm-hmm.
On a natural 20, this is their first conversation without just these people here. These assembled nobles have not had the chance to pull the ear of the prince without the presence of Sir Gary of the Greywood. They haven't gotten the chance to speak with Azalian directly in the presence of others from the UKR. This is an opportunity for the Lords Hushire and Bloomingford, who very clearly, off the bat, seem to want to make very, very clear.
Hushire, you said he was going?
Mm-hmm.
Hushire?
They seem to want to make very clear that they are pro-UKR. They would like an alliance, and it's almost as if they are trying to verbally demarcate to all three of you, we are your allies.
Yeah.
If you'd like to
Definitely.
if you'd like to get the UKR involved here. You also on a natural 20 get the corollary, which is if we're your allies, these two aren't. And that implication extends to both Sir Deville and to Lord Pertinet. But the thing that becomes most clear to you is that the Prince Geodia does not make his own decisions.
Yeah.
It is the advisor standing over his shoulder who very, very clearly has the ear of the prince, and who has maybe not the trust, but definitely influence over what he does. Prince Geodia kind of looks back and forth between all of you and the lords, almost as if he's waiting for someone else to speak.
My liege, I think it would be a wonderful idea to hear the arguments of your lords, against or in favor of opening up trade with the UKR. Because my friend here, at least, might be very interested in what they have to say.
Well, then I'll go first. And Lord Pertinet opens his mouth, and he says, My liege, as I've made very, very clear, we cannot be messing with UKR rabble right now. We have a clear opportunity to strike against the Hanbun theocracy. Their forces have moved west. They've left their capital city open. We need to move in swiftly and claim their lands for our own. There's nothing that can't be gained without a quick strike when our enemy is not looking. The UKR is the domain of the inner wilds. They have no business out here, and to claim the Oishi Plains, while our people, yes, are fed, no one could possibly contest that, they could be fed better, and this is our opportunity to do. And before he can continue, Sir Gary of the Greywood puts a hand up and says, Lord Pertinet, I believe you speak a bit out of line. Of course the people are fed due to the good rule of our kind Prince Geodia. And Pertinet kind of sits back in his seat and says, I've said my piece. The time to strike is now.
With what military? Is there a strong military base, or are you rousing up the people in the longhouses to fight?
He looks over to you and says, Our military might is none of your concern, but trust it is considerable.
Fair enough.
And obviously we're unfamiliar with the politics of this region. What would you stand to gain from conquering the lands of the theocracy?
High quality pastoral lands. The kind that we have not had access to in quite a while, even before the Blight.
Significant boon to agriculture indeed.
Yes.
Understood. Okay.
The lords Hushire and Bloomingford kind of look between each other and say, and Bloomingford says, Well, I'll go next. My liege, the UKR offers more than just plains to pillage. They offer trade amongst all of their territories for Leonestra. We can become part of this network. It offers more than simply what is there for the taking. As the Lady Kutros has said many, many times, we stand to gain much through nothing but peace. It would be folly to not even consider it. Do you not agree? And he turns to all of you.
I'm of the opinion that any peaceable interaction is preferable to war.
The lives lost under an invasion is definitely something to consider. And if a non-violent route is an option, it's certainly one to be considered. I feel like, though, there's something we're missing here. And obviously, as my friend said, we are all outsiders and we do not know the intricacies of these political lands and such, but has anybody noticed the grass and why it's grey?
I believe that's what Lord Pertinet was referring to when he mentioned the Blight.
The blight.
Yes, I have been quite curious. When did this start, and where do you think it originates from?
Prince Geodia kind of
I understand this is a separate topic, but
furrows his brow a little bit and says, Well, it started about 6 months ago, which is why I took on Sir Gary as an advisor. Because he understands being near the Greywood. The Blight has existed there for as long as we can remember. It makes the land untenable. But recently it hit our village center, and we don't know why. Sir DeVille at this point speaks up and says, If I may speak, my liege, the blight is something that we do not understand, but we do know that it comes from this area that unfortunately falls in Leonestran territory. That being said, if our lovely emissary, Miss Kutros, is aware of such a blight, it makes our trading position with the UKR look much weaker. I'm inclined to agree with Lord Perdonet. If we were to take new lands for ourselves, why, we could do much, much better simply by, well, finding new land. Hushire and Bloomingford both kind of just sit back like, this shit again.
Yeah.
But the prince looks lost in thought.
May I ask, Sir Gary, the Greywood, you say that the blight originates from the Greywood. Is this true?
We do believe it is so.
And it has existed there for a long time? As in, say, longer than 200 years?
I would not know, as my human life does not last.
Such texts do not depict it as such, though?
No anecdotal evidence?
No texts exist in Leonestran history that date back 200 years. That being said, when the territory was civilized 100 years ago, the Greywood already did exist as the marsh that it is now. So yes, it has always been this way. And as far as we can tell, it will not remain this way. It will become worse.
So, an alliance, a trade alliance with the UKR, and an invasion of the plains are two solutions that do not change the problem from the blight existing. It seems like we've ruled that off the tables, that there's no way to change the blight, there's only ways to adapt to it. Is this true, my lord?
Well, that's how we see it right now.
Understood. A very valiant way to
But
see it.
no matter what happens, Leonestra will remain strong.
Certainly.
Because we are adaptable, we are powerful, and our people love us.
They do.
And we keep their morale high. And we'll keep it high.
Do you have any plans for keeping it high in the future? Say, is your coronation coming up?
As you say, is your coronation coming up? There's like a audible from your side of the table. And Sir Gary places a hand on the prince's shoulder and says, "The prince will be coronated when he comes of age. So in 3 years' time." And he stares at you with a glare that can only be described as shooting daggers.
I mean, I'd love an insight check, but I almost feel like I don't need one.
If I may, my liege, when is your birthday?
It's in about 3 months.
3 months. Understood. I don't know. A birthday party might help morale. Just a thought.
Yeah,
Everyone loves a
good.
party.
Yeah. it could.
everyone loves a party.
Everybody loves a party.
Do you love a party?
We do love parties.
Ah.
Indeed.
Gary, this would be perfect. And Sir Gary looks down and says, "Now, my liege is," he goes, yeah, we can do my birthday party earlier. Let's have a banquet.
That's a great idea. That's a fantastic idea, my liege.
Oh, a great idea.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, let's do a banquet.
It's a banquet.
Amazing. Let's do a banquet tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
We'll pick a longhouse, we'll bring all of them in, we'll feed everyone, and we'll have a banquet.
That sounds lovely.
I
What a
think
great
that would
idea.
raise morale greatly, my liege.
I agree.
My
That would
liege-
raise morale so high.
I would like to nominate myself as your party planner. Do you take me under your stead?
Roll a persuasion check.
This is for Garrett or the Prince?
Yes! Yes! Mod 20.
Okay. Oh, okay. You say, I'd like to nominate myself as a party planner. You see Gary go, my liege. But before he can say anything, he just gets his hand batted away and he goes, I'd love you as my party planner. Plan my party.
I bend the knee and I say, thank you. This will be the greatest party Leonestra has ever seen.
You're damn right it will. We're going to have a banquet.
We're going to have a banquet. It's going to be lovely. Now, may I talk to somebody about resources that we can use for this banquet? Who should I talk to?
Oh, Gary and, Gary.
Gary, understood. Gary, could we have a meeting sometime later, tonight?
Yes, of course we can.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much, sir.
I'm sure you would.
Fucking hate this guy.
Gary sucks.
Gary Warp Tongue.
And on that lovely note, we will end our session there.
Tail Slate. What?
For the record, on your mod 20, I rolled back here to see how receptive he was. I rolled a nat 20.
That's what that face was.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
3,
2, 1.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into that episode of Dalliances and Decay. I'm Danny with the GenZ&D crew, and we just want to thank you again for supporting us and remind you to head on over to our Patreon where you can support us for $5 a month, which would be a huge boon and really help us continue to do the show. Also want to thank Redline VR one more time. They're our fantastic hosting venue. They have a wide variety of nerd stuff for you to do. And you can join their Discord for updates on all of their events. We appreciate you spending your time with us. And once again, this is GenZ&D signing off.